y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's Journey with Kay. I'm excited to be back with another lifestyle video for you guys. I will simply just be sharing my own little story time of how it was for me my freshman year while living safe, sanctified, Holy Ghost filled in college, and how am I maintaining it now. And so I also will be talking about different aspects of being a college student as well. So yeah, if you're interested in this video, let's get to it. Okay, y'all, so before we jump right into today's video, first thing is that if you're new to this channel, don't forget to hit that like, comment, and subscribe button down below. Turn your bell notifications on so you stay notified at all times. And most importantly, don't forget to share this video, guys. As you guys know, we want to continue to grow together and throughout this journey as well. So yeah. So throughout this video, you guys will see me talk about story time of how it was for me being a college student, my first year in college, all while being saved, sanctified, Holy Ghost filled, and also talking about aspects of being a college student as well. So yeah. So I would just go ahead and start talking about my story time because I didn't want this video to be super long. But being a college student, my first year in college, it was challenging for me because as you guys know, I am saved, I am sanctified, I'm Holy Ghost filled. And so with being saved and sanctified and Holy Ghost filled, there are going to be some things. There was challenging times because I found myself there. I was like, I'm telling myself, you can't connect with everybody because everybody's not going to understand you. There's going to be people in your life that's going to want to still do the partying, that's want to still invite you to do certain things. And I found myself having to stand my ground. And so there were people that came into that I connected with, whether it was with my roommate or whatever. And so they just assumed that I would automatically go. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to go. Because in my head, in my mindset, I'm standing my ground. I refuse to compromise my standards, my morals, my beliefs, my values. Everything that my parents taught me, everything that my leaders and my pastor and my first lady instilled in me. I'm like, there are some things in my life, there are some places, there are some friends that I would just not be so easily connect to because of who I am, because they are going to do certain things that I will not want to do, because I'm not going to compromise my standards or things like that. And so it was hard for me trying to make friends, just because I was not going to compromise certain things they were probably comfortable with doing, but I wasn't comfortable doing. And so it was hard trying to really just make friends my first year. And then it was just like, I was still kind of this reserved person. So at the same time, I was still reserved. Every time I go into class, I was this reserved person. The only time I had to come out of my reservedness was when I had to do like group projects. And that was just like, I was not that type of person to do group projects, because I was just like, I'm always the individual. I like to do it myself. I don't like to be a part of group projects because there's always somebody that don't want to do their part and stuff like that. So yeah, it was hard making friends and stuff like that. But I think the biggest challenge for me was not being able to go to church on Sundays and Wednesdays, because for one, I was still new to the university and I didn't know if they had any churches on campus, if they had any churches that were local. And I was like, I don't really want to go by myself, even if there is a church on the local campus or whatever. And so that was a hard thing for me. And so I started out doing virtual church, which was watching the Potter's House every Sunday and stuff like that. And I guess my first weekend being at college was very difficult for me because I'm just so used to getting up, getting ready, going to church. And so that's just me. Like, that's how I was because of who I am. And so with that was just like a difficult place where I was struggling in the most. And I had to literally talk. I think I talked to my first lady about it, and she kind of helped me understand and some things. But long story short, I had to pray. I would have to really pray and seek God, asking God to help me with this transition and help me to not just feel like, okay, since you're not in church, you're just gonna sit here and be lazy on Sundays. You're gonna go watch, you're gonna do other things, but give God his time. And so I had to remind myself, just because you're not in the church, that doesn't mean you put your relationship with God on hold. That doesn't mean you stop devoting your time to God. I believe that even if you're not in a physical church, you should automatically still find a way to give God his time on his day. Whether it be watching the Potter's House, or whether it be watching another church that does virtual church as well. I believe that you should still be able to give God his time in spite of a transition that you are entering, or a new stage that you're entering. And so I had to learn that. I also had to learn that we don't have to be in a physical church to give God praise. We don't have to be in a physical church to worship him, to give him honor, to give him praise and everything that is due to him. I had to learn, and I had to pray to God, asking God to help me to continue to build my relationship with you. Help me to continue to lift you up, because a lot of us got so comfortable with just not giving God time, not giving God his time, because we're not in the church house. And so that's kind of what happened with this pandemic. Because we're not in a church house, we got so comfortable being at home to where we just stopped giving God praise. We stopped paying our tithes. We stopped honoring him. We stopped praising him. Even on the phone conference call, we got lazy in that area. And so I had to learn to really just it took a transition for me, but it also took a lot of prayer, a lot of wisdom, and everything. I had to think back on everything that my parents instilled in me. Think back on everything that my pastor and my first lady instilled in me. Think back to all of the wisdom and the guidance that my mentor gave me. All of the wisdom and guidance that I knew that loved ones gave me before I left. And that's also, I think, another thing that really played a part in it was those little things we did at my send-off party, which was like, they kind of wrote like little letters or a little wisdom or encouraging words that got me through tough times. And so I had to really think back onto that. And so now, as I'm thinking about it, how I have really maintained is just having a deep and good relationship with God. That's what has gotten me through. That's how I'm able to sit here and really just get up and do virtual church when I'm not able to get back to my own church. And so doing that has really played a big role. But I think for me, the biggest part before I came to college was that I had a relationship with God. Now, if you don't have a relationship with God, that's going to be a tricky part for you. But I had a relationship with God. And so that has helped me maintain wanting to get up. Okay, Kelly, get up for church. You just like you'll be in a physical church, you get up for virtual church, give God his time, give God his praise, and things like that. And so that's what really got me through. That's how I maintain my Sundays doing virtual church. It's just really prayer life, my relationship with God. That's how I really maintained my first year in college. And that's how I am maintaining even now. Just having a relationship with God, having a prayer life. That's what is really gotten me through. And so yeah, some aspects of being a college student is that you get some discounts on, I think you get a discount on Spotify, and then on Apple Music you only have to pay like $5.99, and then you get I think you have like a discount area on Amazon Prime, but I'm not sure how much that costs. Another aspect is just having your own independence / freedom. And so when I talk about independence, I'm talking about making yourself accountability for when you are getting ready for after you get ready to graduate from college, and being on your own, having to pay bills, having to do this, having to go to work and things like that. There's going to be so many things that you're going to have to do that college is preparing you for the real world. And so being independent in college has really made me accountability for wanting to find a job, having a stable paycheck, so that I will be able to take care of what I need to take care of. because like I said, if you haven't checked out my 21 random facts, I do like to take care of myself. I like to keep my hair done. I like to keep my nails and my toes done. I like to go shopping for myself. These are just things I like to do for myself to make myself feel special, feel loved, and things like that. But regardless of that, I have to make sure I am taking accountability of doing the things that needs to be done. There are needs and then there are desires. And so I have to learn to be independent. And there's nothing wrong with reaching out to people, but I just feel like there's some people you're just not gonna be able to depend on, because they got their stuff going on and sometimes they just can't help you in a way. But I have found myself to really just find myself to be independent and being able to do the things I want and need and stuff like that. And just kind of making myself accountability and recognizing, okay, since I have this job now, I can do this, I can do that, I can do this, I can do that, or I can't do this, or I can't do that, or maybe next time. It's just certain things that you are taking responsibility for. Now, when I talk about freedom, I know a lot of people are going to sit here and say, oh, she talking about the party, she talking about this, she talking about that. No, ma'am, no, sir. I don't do the parties. I don't do the drinking, the clubbing, the cursing, none of that. I don't do that. I am saved, sanctified, Holy Ghost filled. Now, the one thing I can say is that I do like to go to campus activities, campus events here on campus. I don't like to stay cooped up in my room, but I like to go to events that I know that will be very beneficial. If there is anything that I feel like is going to compromise my standards, then I'm like, okay, I'm not going to that, because I know it's going to compromise my standards. I know somebody's going to want to sit here and talk about, oh, come on, girl, let's get on the dance floor. Oh, come on, girl, let's have a little drink. No, ma'am. No, sir. That is not who I am. And so I try to find myself going to events that I feel like will benefit me, or it seem like it'll be a little fun event to go to. So yeah, that's how I manage that. There's also a lot of support systems, support services here on campus. We have counseling, we have career, we have like our line food pantry. We also have like financial aid services. So when I talk about counseling services, I'm not going to get in deep details about what happened, but we had some things that happened at the university that a lot of students here needed to go to the counselor and just visit and just talk about what they were going through and stuff like that. And so I really appreciate just being able to have counseling services here, not having to come out of pocket and stuff like that. So that was a blessing. But also we have career services for people that change their major, people that need advice because they don't know if they want to do their degree. And sometimes people change their major or minor and they end up graduating late, or sometimes they graduate on time, just depends. And so career services is also helping us find jobs, internships, and things like that. So that's also a positive aspect as well. Lion Food Pantry is also here to help us, assist us with if we're low on money or not can't go to the grocery store and stuff like that. That is really going to help us. And so yeah, there are a lot of different services that they offer here at my university, which I am just grateful to a lot and stuff like that. There's memories. You're gonna make so many memories. I think memories are the best part about coming to a college or university. And so memories are the best part. Cherish it, because there are gonna be people in your life who come and go, and as much as you're going to be sad about it, it was just never meant to stay in your life permanently or whatever. Friendships. Now, there are going to be friends that just kind of understand you, and there are going to be friends that are don't. So I would suggest that, cherish the friends that matter, who care for you, who have your back and stuff like that. The last thing is sororities and fraternities. Like, there are sororities on our campus, but I just feel like the sorority thing may not be for me just because of who I am and stuff like that. But I do know people that are a part of different sororities and fraternities as well. So yeah, that pretty much sums up this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like, comment, and subscribe button down below. And I will see you guys in my next video.